right now, as you're watching this program, suppose you suddenly heard the wail of the alert. Would you know what to do?
Hey, I'm out here at the Atlanta Zombie Apocalypse. My name's Sarah Riney, and I'm here to talk to Johnny Ray and Shane Martin, who are the original maniacs behind the Atlanta Zombie Apocalypse. So I guess you guys just want to give me a little background on how you came up with the concept and what it's taken to pull this off. And
Well, basically what happened was this paintball facility existed already, and they contacted me about putting a haunted house in here. But, you know, this being the land of Netherworld, I didn't want to do a haunted house. I saw the place, and I was like, oh, we should... You know, I immediately thought Atlanta Zombie Apocalypse, and I was like, well, let's try to think outside of the box and try to make this thing like a real movie. So I called one of my favorite independent filmmaker in town, Johnny Ray, and I said, well, let's get a script together and come up with an idea about how to do an immersive theater. So, and we sat down. Well, we didn't sit down. We ran the place a couple hundred times and timed it and thought about this and that and thought about our favorite scenes from horror movies, zombie movies, and how we could incorporate them into this real live show, or undead show, however you want to call it.
so I think it's really interesting that you call it immersive theater, and you talked a little bit about how the actors improv every night. It's a little bit different. You have different experience every night. So do you want to talk a little bit about that? Or?
Well, the deal with this thing is that it is a real environment. Like, we started off with a real motel and a real destroyed restaurant and a real truck stop, you know, so we wanted it to be real. Like, we didn't have to build this stuff. We didn't start with an empty warehouse, you know, and so we have all these actors, and they're going through this thing, and they're meeting other actors and other characters, and these other characters help them through or don't help them through or try and kill them or whatever, and there's all these different scenes and environments they find themselves in. So every night it's going to be a little bit different, because depending on who's playing that role or what they come across, different zombies popping out here and there. So it's really a chance for these guys to mold this thing each night and each run really into something really cool. And the way we run the tours, about every 5 minutes, there's a break in between every tour. So what people do is they come together after the group passes through, and they work out bits and they work out spots, and it just makes it really cool. So when the next group comes through, they can work it out and do these new things and all work together. And it's just been great. It's been really amazing how these actors have come together and kind of formed this thing into something really amazing, actually.
Yeah, and how even our story, which was pretty fleshed out for a 15-20 minute mini movie, how their ideas brought it into this whole other thing. Like, it ended up getting a lot more involved with these guys coming up with different plot lines and stuff that, and you know, the crowd itself that they're bringing through is also a big part of how the immersive theater thing works, because they're playing off these guys in a group. If there's some terrified little girl that's crying, they can use that, you know, and they've had to, you know. There's been, you know, we had somebody have a heart attack upstairs, you know, and stuff.
Are you serious?
Yeah, somebody had a heart attack up there.
They're okay?
Yeah, they're fine. You know, we want to scare people, but not to death, you know. We're trying to have fun out here. It was a pre-existing condition. But,
pre-existing.
You know, everything that happens, they can use it. We've had a couple guys get busted up, you know, from running around and getting a little too anxious about stuff, and you use all that, you know.
Yeah, they'll get hurt, and they do it. They'll run out of ammo, and it's just part of the show, and they improvise, and it's been really cool.
Yeah.
It makes it feel real.
It makes it feel real.
So there's a lot of ad-libbing, there's a lot of improv, and it's basically the experience can change every night depending upon who takes you through it, who's acting in it, and what they've kind of created throughout the night.
Yeah, yeah. You never know what you're going to get.
Okay, Shane, so we just want to talk a little bit about how everything out here is custom made. You've got all these props that you've been working on for a long, long time, and tell us a little bit about how you guys set all that up.
Well, one of the main things when we went into this was we didn't want anybody to step on a pad and a monster come up. We didn't want any artificial lighting effects, really, and fog machines. We wanted to take everything that they do with haunted houses and not use any of it. So, and that includes any store-bought props. Like every zombie, the corpse that's out there, every human corpse that's out there, we literally poured them all out ourselves. A lot of them are like us, you know. You look around, there's a bunch of me and Nick Morgan's laying around, and Scotty, you know, we've got us out there all chopped up and mangled. So, but we made everything, you know, because there's a real DIY approach to this project, you know. Partially because of budget.
Partially
we had to
because of
do it
budget.
that way.
There's always that concern with the budget.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for letting us come out and showing us around and letting us go through the attraction. We really enjoyed it. And now we're just going to kick it over to Dana Nofke's short film called Safety First. Dana's awesome. We love her, and this is great, so be sure to stay tuned.